Greeting everyone. The awakening of the Muntu. Our new episode is called Africa as the Matrix of Human Thought. This episode will last maximum 15 to 20 minutes. I'm Professor Alphonse Mpeke, also known as Mpeke Ntonga Metilame Yodi, the founder of Coafrwology, the new Pan-African science for restoration, for justice, for order, for dignity, for renaissance, and the new African world order. I'm also the director of the Institute of Contemporary African World Studies and the CEO of the organization known as Global COAFRWO. Today, it is a globally accepted fact that Africa is the biological cradle of humanity. But have you ever noticed a strange gap in that story? We are told that human bodies were born in Africa, yet we act as if reason, science, and philosophy only appear later elsewhere. As if humans only becomes intelligent after leaving the continent. This is what we call epistemic injustice. Today, we are exploring a new revolutionary science, Coafrwology, based on the extensive work of Mpeke Ntonga between 2007 and 2025. This field proves a simple but profound truth. If Africa is the cradle of the man, it is also the matrix of the mind. What is Coafrwology? Coafrwology is a powerful, indeed, resonant term. What does it actually mean in practice? It is the science of the African ontological consciousness. It isn't just about looking at the past with nostalgia. It is a rigorous method that bridges archaeological evidence like the symbolic ochres and jewelry found in the Blombos cave with deep metaphysics. So, we aren't just talking about folklore or oral traditions. No, at all. In our work, Mpeke Ntonga explained that Coafrwology is a science of restoration. It turns intellectual sovereignty to the African subject. It says, I think from my own roots to speak to the entire world. The Muntu and Ubuntu. At the heart of this science, there are two pillars, Muntu and Ubuntu. Can you break those down for us? Absolutely. The Muntu is not just a human in biological sense. It is a subject force. Unlike the Western view, that often separate the mind from the body, the Muntu is intrinsically connected to the cosmos, the ancestral, and nature. And what were Ubuntu's? And that's where Ubuntu's come in. Yes, exactly. Because we are. In Coafrwology, Ubuntu is not just being nice. It is the very structure of being. You only become human through the recognition of the order. It is the social software that allows humanity to survive and organize since its very first steps in Africa. Part 3. The critical rupture and the karma. However, history have been brutal. Colonization, slavery, cultural alienation. How does Coafrwology handle that trauma? through what philosopher Ebusi Buglanga called the crisis of Muntu. We need a critical consciousness to de-alienate the mind. But Coafrwology goes further with the concept of karma. Karma tells us about what? Karma tells us that karma is the horizon. It is the ability of African thought to project a new world order. Karma is Africa no longer asking for permission, but proposing its own solution for ecology, justice, and peace. For instance, it is the transition from ancient origins to the creation of a new civilization. In conclusion, a message for the future. To wrap things up, what is the main takeaway from this coafrwological journey? It is that Africa is not the past of humanity. It is the foundation and it is future. By restoring the dignity of the Muntu, we aren't just saving Africa, we are offering a new balance to the entire world. That is the central message this is the central message of the Coafrwology, a Pan-African science. Thank you for joining us. To dive deeper, we highly recommend reading the works of Mpekentonga 2007-2005. Until next time, let's say Ubuntu Kama. Bye now.